What's going on, guys? It's DK back at you, another video here for the NBA main slate on Tuesday. Surprisingly, we got a pretty big slate here. We got 8 games, so it's pretty nice. Normally we have these small slates on Tuesday and Thursday. We got a pretty big slate here. First, real quick though, let's look back to see how we did last night. And yeah, as you guys can see, it was a very, very good night. I had another GPP sweat, finished 16th in the NBA Poisterizer. So I almost took down another GPP. So this is my lineup that I went with. Bledsoe, Drew Holiday, Chris Middleton, Randall, Karl Anthony Towns, Jimmy Butler, Ersan, and Mitchell Robinson. So there was a lot of news that broke after I made my video, and I put in the caption that I really like Bledsoe, Middleton, Ersan, and Malcolm Brogdon, and then the same thing with Kawhi getting ruled out. I said I was really on Kyle Lowry. I also really like Pascal Siakam. I just couldn't get him in my lineup, so I had to pivot down to Mitchell Robinson. I thought about doing Jeff Teague and Siakam, but I was too scared of fading Eric Bledsoe. But yeah, Siakam obviously had a big night. And then these Minnesota guys, I talked about them. I was like, this is the bounce back spot. Like, this is the spot for Minnesota. Like, I've been scared, but like, this is their get right spot, and they did not disappoint. Cat had a huge night. Same with Jimmy Butler. I also said on once Anthony Davis got ruled out, I said on Twitter, you have to play 2 of the 3 of Drew Holiday, Randall, and Mirotic, and I said I preferred Randall to Mirotic. Randall was about $1,000 cheaper, and he still outperformed Mirotic by I think 2 fantasy points. So I hope you guys saw that. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, it'll be in the description below. Like I said, I give my thoughts after more news comes out. So really important to follow me there. But yeah, overall, very, very good night last night. So let's see if we can keep it going here tonight. Again, so this is a bigger slate, so I'll just go in position by position, pointing out a few plays that I really like. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get into it. So at the top here, Russell Westbrook, 10-5. I think I'm playing him tonight. I know the matchup's not the best. Like, Patrick Beverley's a good defender. That's not going to scare me away. Westbrook, he's not looked good so far, and he's still putting up basically a floor of 43. He does have that 70-80 fantasy point ceiling. I think one of those games is soon to come. It's a pretty low price tag here for Westbrook. I really, really like Russell Westbrook here at 10-5. Another point guard I will talk about that burned a lot of people was Chris Paul. So he had that revenge game narrative. We know James Harden's still out, and he kind of put up a dud. But his usage is just insane with no Harden. Houston is basically running it like an 8-man rotation. So Chris Paul is going to see all the minutes he's going to handle. He's going to see, if this game stays close, close to 40 minutes. And I think I'm going right back to the well here with Chris Paul. I think a lot of people will be off him tonight. That's fine. I will take Chris Paul at low ownership. We know Damian Lillard is not a great defender. So I really like Chris Paul in a bounce back spot here. A third expensive point guard that I really like, it's Kemba Walker. I mean, this guy has just been insane. I talked about him in my last video. I couldn't pull the trigger. But I've been fading him every day, and he has just been killing it. And his price is just, it's not coming up enough. Now, I know Miami, is that the best matchup? No, but they're not the same defensive team as they were in the past. He did recently play Miami and put up a 60 bomb. His usage is just insane. He only saw 26 minutes against Chicago. That was because of a blowout. This game should stay close. He should see 35 to 40 minutes. And he's just going to shoot the ball a ton. He shoot it 31 times last game. I'm buying into Kemba Walker at only 8,300. I think he's firmly in play. And I'm going to put this out there. I do not mind running Westbrook, Chris Paul, and Kemba Walker in the same lineup. I am not opposed at all to that. I think all 3 of them are certainly viable and could have huge nights. Let's see, was there anyone else I wanted to talk about? Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, this is what I wanted to talk about. So Darian Fox is listed as questionable. If he plays, I certainly don't mind him. He's probably the only king, him and Willie Cauley-Stein, that our minutes are pretty secured here. Um, but if he ends up being out, that's going to open up a lot of value here. Let's see, where's Sacramento? Let's look at guards. So we already know Amon Shumpert's out too. Bogdanovich, he's been out. So Buddy Hield is someone you could look at. He's also seeing a whole lot of minutes. So I think he is certainly in play. But if Fox gets ruled out, I think you got to pivot to either Yogi Ferrell or Frank Mason, depending on who gets the start. Whoever gets the start, if Fox is out, I think would be the guy that you'd want to go with. So we'll just have to wait and see with news with that. Okay, so let's move on to shooting guard here. So shooting guard, it's a little bare today. There's not a whole lot of plays. But I kind of like that Patrick Beverley has shooting guard eligibility, so we can technically play 4-point guards if I wanted to. So him at 4,400. I know the minutes kind of haven't been there, but they're going to need his defense against Russell Westbrook. We know Patrick Beverley is one of the better defenders in the league. Partly his minutes have been reduced because of blowouts. I do think he's going to push for 25 to 30 minutes tonight. And at only 4,400, I think Patrick Beverley is certainly in play here. And I like that he has shooting guard eligibility. Another guy I will talk about here, it's Gerald Green. So we saw him get there in garbage time against the Clippers. He only saw 23 minutes, but that was because of foul trouble. He got in foul trouble early on. I do think he's going to see closer to this 28 to 30 minute mark. And at 3,900, we know Gerald Green, he's going to shoot it a bunch. So I think he is certainly in play for salary relief. Okay, so let's move on to small forward here. And let's go down to a guy I'm reluctant to play, but it's Carmelo Anthony. It's just the Houston rotation. They're only basically running an 8-man rotation. Carmelo is going to see all the minutes he can handle. He started last game. I think he'll start again. He should see, again, close to 40 minutes. It's not a player I like playing, but it's just who else is going to demand usage there in that Houston offense? It's going to be CP3, and then it's going to be Eric Gordon and Carmelo. So I will take the price discount on Carmelo at 5,300. I think Eric Gordon is 6,100. If you want to go there, that's certainly fine. I don't mind it. I think I'll go with the $800 discount with Carmelo. All right, let's see. There's one other guy I wanted to talk about here. Okay, so I think I don't know if this will be really a cash game play, but this is a really, really cheap price tag here for Aaron Gordon. And the matchup is it's ideal. He should pick up Bielitsa defense. So that is a plus. And we know Aaron Gordon, he has that 50-point upside. We've seen it a couple times now this season. He's been pretty quiet here. And I like banking on guys who have been quiet, and I think they can have a big game. I called it with Klay Thompson last night. And I really think this is a get-right spot for Aaron Gordon. So I think I will definitely have interest here in Aaron Gordon at only 6,800. Let's move on to power forward, and let's get some salary relief, guys. So let's scroll all the way down here to Jeremy Grant at 4,200. So we saw him get inserted into the starting lineup for Patrick Patterson. He saw 37 minutes last time out. The thing I like about him is he's got that block and steal upside. He's not a huge usage guy. I mean, he's going to stay in the corner, shoot threes. He's going to get some rebounds. But another plus here is Steven Adams and Nerlens Noel are both questionable. If for some reason one or both of them are out, that would even boost Jeremy Grant even more. If both of them are out, I think Jeremy Grant's a lock because he would see more center minutes. But still, at only 4,200, I really like Jeremy Grant here for salary relief. Another guy I will bring up is Pascal Siakam. So yeah, he had a huge night last night. That was because of no Kawhi Leonard. But Kawhi Leonard played here against Dallas, and Pascal Siakam still saw 37 minutes. So yeah, they limited him early on. But it looks like they're going to want to give him a lot of run. He had a great game last night. So at 3,900, it's really hard to ignore Pascal Siakam. And I think he is a great play for salary relief today. Let's move on to the center position. Again, center, there's a lot of good plays here. Embiid, can't go wrong with. Drummond against Boston. He did get into foul trouble last game, but he normally does have pretty good games against Boston. If that game stays close, I think Drummond could be in for a huge night. We got Whiteside here, 7,400. We saw him had that huge first quarter last night. Cauley Stein is pretty cheap here at 6,300. There's just a lot of centers I like, but the guy that I'm mainly interested in here at the top is Nikola Vucevic at 8,600. He's just been producing through the roof here. He only saw 21 minutes against Milwaukee. That was because of a blowout. Normally he's going to see 30 to 35 minutes. I'm not afraid of Willie Cauley-Stein defense. It's a great matchup for Vucevic, and I think he has that ceiling game. So I really like Nikola Vucevic here at 8,600. And then one more guy I will talk about. Is this the sexiest play? No, but 4,100 is Cody Zeller. So we've seen Charlotte go with more small ball here, kind of phasing out Cody Zeller. But against Miami, they're going to need him. Miami plays big. They have one big center out there at all times. With Whiteside or with Bam Adebayo, and then sometimes they'll run Calio at the 4. So Miami runs pretty big, so they're going to need Cody Zeller to play 25 minutes or so. And so let's look back to see they played. Where was it? Where's Miami? Okay, so they played Miami, and he played 25 minutes, got you 25 fantasy points. So I think that's certainly in the realm of possibility tonight. I think Cody Zeller is going to see 25 to 27 minutes or so, and at only 4,100, I really like that play for salary relief. So I think that's going to do it for today's video, guys. As you can tell, I think I'm kind of leaning towards the stars and scrubs type approach because there's a lot of good value plays I like, and then there's a lot of those expensive point guards, plus I really like Vucevic. I think Aaron Gordon could have a big night. So I really think the stars and the scrubs lineup is the lineup you want to go with tonight. If you guys have been enjoying the content, please like this video, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. If you have any questions, leave in the comments or send me a tweet. My Twitter will be in the description below. Subscribe to the channel, guys, it really helps me out. And yeah, I will be back here for Wednesday's main slate, so I will see you guys then.